brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The action is only moments away, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we got a great winning score, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They go play action here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Now a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
And the this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. But they go play action. Here's Levis. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Sanders. Look at the big fella go. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film, that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as
Personal
well.
foul.
It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Although a jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Holding. Offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Levis out of the shotgun now. Eluding the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and sending it back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Able to shake him off. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Here's Levis.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 53 yards. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
Group B able to add the PAT.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive, 4 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 2.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Robinson up the middle.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays. Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fielded just inside the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Levis to throw it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Davis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Here's 3rd and 6. Levis looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. From the 46, he'll say 2nd and 7.
In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, a give to Davis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Able to get away. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Levis.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Touchdown!
And Xavier Worthy
from 21 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone.
He's got a man complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And just shouting him off there.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd down and 6 now.
At the 43-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They go again with Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Up the middle to Davis. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Levis back to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And bulldozing his way through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And here's Davis to run again on second.
Oh, some strong running. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
51 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Now Levis.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Inside give to Davis. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They begin the drive with Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a 1st down.
There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
in the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
3rd down and 1.
Davis will try to run for it. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Matt Horizon now on to punt this one away.
This is taken at the 15. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. This is caught by Robinson.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And once again, this is Sanders.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Working from the gun, here's Levis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw, it's Levis. They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And this will be taken at the 13.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A solid chunk there, 15 yards.
Here's Levis.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Levis sets up to throw here.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, ultimately, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for
Neutral zone
jumping.
infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the two defensive tackles.
Still first down.
Right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Well, here's a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has now been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed.
2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And it's caught. Touchdown.
And Mitchell
from 13 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Levis.
Going right side here, and that's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Levis looking to throw.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Davis.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Again, it's Davis. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Levis to throw it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So it's safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
The point after, good by Groupie.
And the lead now down to 20. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying this one away, and maybe he was, but he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They begin with a run by Davis. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Now Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either.
Levis back to throw.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 14 results in a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Or get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. They'll throw it again with Levis. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Complete to number 9. It's a gain of 20. And a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Levis from the gun.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And Levis going back to the air.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
Being chased out left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a first down.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
At the 23-yard line.
And it's complete to Mitchell.
This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Oh, able to avoid him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Robinson with another carry.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
They're going to look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't help them at all.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
A gain of 13 yards results in a 1st down.
Here's Levis.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game.